నమస్తే, వెల్కమ్ టు జీ తెలుగు న్యూస్. సో మనకి ఈ మధ్య కాలంలో H1B వీసాస్ గురించి, గ్రీన్ కార్డ్స్ గురించి మన తెలుగు రాష్ట్రాల నుంచి యుఎస్ వెళ్ళే చదువుకోవడానికి పిల్లలు వెళ్తున్నారు. సో వాళ్ళ గురించి, అక్కడ ఉన్న వాళ్ళ గురించి ఈ మధ్య కొంచెం టెన్షన్ ఎక్కువైంది. ఎందుకు గ్రీన్ కార్డ్స్ తొందరగా దొరకట్లేదు, వీసాస్ విషయంలో కొన్ని ఇష్యూస్ నడుస్తున్నాయి. డొనాల్డ్ ట్రంప్ నిర్ణయాల వల్ల కూడా ఈ మధ్య మనం చూస్తూనే ఉన్నాం, చాలా అనిశ్చితి ఏర్పడింది. సో ఇవన్నీ మనతో మాట్లాడడానికి జీ తెలుగు న్యూస్ స్టూడియోలో ఉన్నారు అమెరికన్ ఇమిగ్రేషన్ లాయర్ నరేష్ గేహి గారు. సో ఆయనకి హైదరాబాద్లోని హైటెక్ సిటీలో ఆఫీస్ కూడా ఉంది. యాక్చువల్లీ H1B వీసాస్ గురించి, గ్రీన్ కార్డ్స్ గురించి, ఏదైనా సరే ఇమిగ్రేషన్ రిలేటెడ్ ఇష్యూస్ ఏమైనా ఉంటే gehiloindia.com వెబ్సైట్ ఉంది. డైరెక్ట్గా మీరు దాంట్లోకి వెళ్ళి రీచ్ అవ్వచ్చు. అందులో అన్ని డీటెయిల్స్ ఉంటాయి. డైరెక్ట్ ఆఫీస్కి వెళ్ళి కూడా నరేష్ గేహి గారిని కలవచ్చు. మనతో పాటు స్టూడియోలో ఉన్నారు. సో ఆయన అడిగి క్లారిఫై చేసుకుందాం. ఈ మధ్య చాలా ఇష్యూస్ మనం చూస్తూనే ఉన్నాం రెగ్యులర్గా. నమస్తే.
Hello Diana, it's wonderful meeting you.
Nice meeting you, sir. Recent times, so everyone was suffering about this H1B visas related issues, green cards, immigration. So we want to clarify. We
Yes.
have some doubts. Please clarify us. So first of all, what inspired you to write immigration for everyone? Is there any inspiration or any motivation?
Inspiration and motivation both, I would say. The reason behind the book is to make sure that people have easy access to immigration law. So means I don't want people in our state of Andhra Pradesh to be misled by consultants, because consultants are not lawyers, Rihanna. And people sometimes lose all their monies by spending money behind consultants. So I said, why not write a book wherein people in Andhra Pradesh know about the basics of American immigration. So I said, it's going to help people, but at the same time, it's equally important for them to get the right legal advice from an attorney at law. And as you rightly know, Rihanna, I'm an admitted lawyer in America. I'm also admitted in many different bars in America. I'm admitted in the state of New York as well as in the state of Connecticut. So the reason for the book is to make sure that if there's any immigration issue, I'm here to help. Plus, at the same time, you want to make sure that people get proper answers to proper questions in immigration law.
Sir, it's a wonderful book actually. I read it. So, చూసారు కదా, హౌ టు గెట్ యూ వీసా ఆర్ గ్రీన్ కార్డ్ నౌ మీద బుక్ రాశారు నరేష్ గేహి గారు. చాలా వండర్ఫుల్ బుక్. డెఫినెట్గా దీన్ని చదవండి. ఇది 3rd ఎడిషన్ అనమాట. సో సార్ని అడుగుదాం బుక్ గురించి. సో ఫ్యూ వర్డ్స్ అబౌట్ దిస్ బుక్, సార్.
Yes, I must say that you're lucky that I just gave a very few copies. We haven't even published it online, and it should be published in the next 1 month or so.
Okay.
And we're getting many inquiries. It's good for people who want to know about immigration law. It's good for people who don't want to be kind of taken advantage of by consultants, and it's good for people who have dreams and aspirations of coming and living in America. Especially for investors visa, I think it's very good for people who really are interested in settling in America.
Okay, very nice, sir.
Thank you.
You usually know that from Telugu states, many students are going to US for education, but they're not getting green cards. Even they are facing issues related to H1B visas also.
Right.
You have any way to get directly the green card?
Yes. So there are 2 ways. One which everyone knows is get married to an American citizen.
Exactly.
So that everybody knows that. That's one way to do it. And in America, you can get married to a person of the same sex or of the opposite sex. Because in America, you can marry anyone. So through that, that's one way. But that's the best way for people who cannot find a partner in America. The best thing for them is the investor's visa. And that is a very easy and a good way to get the green card without any struggle, Rihanna.
Okay. So you often say US investor visas are not just about immigration, right? So what has the fundamental change about that?
Okay, so there's some good news. So you just need $800,000.
Okay.
And people think if I give the $800,000, I have to set up a company, I have to work there, I have to employ 10 people. The answer is not needed anymore. You can invest in a regional center plan wherein that company, I'm talking in layman's language, is authorized to create jobs. So there are companies that have been authorized by the US government.
Okay.
and you have to give the money to them. And of course, the lawyer works with you. We work with people here. And then the good news is that approximately in 1 year, you're going to get your green card, approximately right now, and you're happy. So I tell people, if you have to give your property share or your wealth to your children, better give it now. Because this $800,000 scheme is not going to be there for a long time. And in 2027, again, it's going to expire. I think this is a great way for people to invest. By investing $800,000, first you get a 2-year green card, then the company does all the work, then you get a 10-year green card.
Okay.
I must say that is a golden way. And the primary member can qualify, which means the husband, wife, and children under the age of 21. They can get the green card easily, provided, of course, you work with a good lawyer.
Okay. Sir, for Indian investors, why the EB5 visa the most powerful pathway to get the green card? Is there any special reason, and what was that?
Yes. So take an example. If you're financially well-to-do in India, which means you are in the construction business, you're in the seafood business, you're in the diamond business. Now you want to start an office in America.
Okay.
The easy way nowadays, which I tell people, the L1 is another way, but L1 is not the green card, it's a long way. Just invest $800,000, get the green card in 1 year, start your operations. If you're in the IT sector, for example, you have a big IT company, you want to just start your operations in America, 800,000, get the green card, start your office in America, start doing business. So if I'm in the IT sector, it's very important. And I'll tell you why, Rihanna. Because these people here in the IT sector, they are dealing with vendors in America who are making a commission, for example. So now just imagine that you start your office there, and once your office gets started, you're cutting off the middleman completely. And once you cut off the middleman, the good news is you can make a lot of money, and within 1 year, you may wind up making very good money.
Okay. Many investors are now talking about EB5 visas,
Yes.
rural and high unemployment
That is
EB5
correct.
projects. Why this getting priority today?
Because the US wants to go after rural areas and build them.
Okay.
And for that, they need money. And in my case, I've been helping a lot of people with the Investors Visa program, the EB5 program, the Regional Center program, the Direct Investor program. Sometimes people say, hey, I'm in America and I want to start a big restaurant, I have a restaurant chain. Go for the direct investor also. So there are many ways, but the right way for Indians, Rihanna, is the Investors Visa.
Okay.
Now, take an example. If you're an H1, do you know what is the biggest problem for Indians now? If you are applying for a green card, which is known as the labor certification, and the green card process, the sad news is that the processing time is nearly 16 years to get the green card under the EB2 and under the EB3 category. 16 years. But even if you're an H1B in America, take an example, or a student visa, tell your parents to give you money. They give you the money, in 1 year you can get the green card approximately.
Okay. And how does the regional center EB5 model reduce risk compared to direct investments? What do you say?
All right. So in a direct investment, if you're an expert, then you go for it because you have to create 10 jobs.
Okay.
That is mandatory. Now, if you're new in the business in America, if you think you cannot create 10 jobs for American workers, then you may not get your green card, you lose your money, and you're going to get nowhere. But the easy way is to just invest the money with a good regional center. That's where we come in. And then after that, you don't have to do anything. You do not have to create the 10 jobs. You have to do nothing. You are coming in a first class ticket directly. And you can also work anywhere else. So you get your green card. You're not going to work with the regional center. Nothing. Husband, wife, children under 21 get the green card. Plus, of course, there'll be a processing fee for the lawyer and the administrative fee. But that is the way to get it. And nowadays, for example, 800,000 is not that difficult to get, Rihanna, because you can even get a loan on your property.
Okay.
And you can transfer the money there. You can even get a bank loan and you can transfer the money to America, provided you comply with the income tax laws of India. And I'm sure there are many accountants who can help you with that.
Okay. And who typically qualifies for EB-1A?
Okay, EB-1A is people of exceptional ability.
Okay.
Take an example.
And Indians underestimate their eligibility, right?
You are correct on that, because there are many Indians who are top scientists.
Yeah, exactly.
A Booker Prize winner. Like, I have great regard for Arundhati Roy.
Yes.
I mean, these people can qualify for a direct green card, because they've achieved that level. Means if you're very high up in your field of endeavor, then you can directly apply for a green card. Take an example about a scientist with many patents. Direct green card application. In 2.5 to 3 years, you can get a green card. And plus, Rihanna, they do not need a sponsor at all. No sponsor needed. And what you need is, you should be very well known in your field of endeavor. You should have publications on your name. And you should have been, on a peer review, which means you should have, judged competitions. You should have been a judge in competitions. You should have commanded a high salary. And a lot of articles should have been written about you in the newspapers. And we have publications. The good news is, you don't have to have everything. You only need to be 3 out of 10. But it's meant for people who are PhDs. It's meant for celebrities. If you're a well-known celebrity over here who's done 40 or 50 films, this is absolutely fantastic for anyone to qualify for a green card. Rihanna, what's missing in India, what I've seen, you don't have good lawyers. Of course, I'm a lawyer, attorney at law from America. I'm not a consultant. So I'm so blessed and happy to be in Hyderabad, such a fantastic place, because knowledge is missing, good lawyers are missing, and over here sometimes people are taking advantage because they're just spending money for nothing. You have to know how to spend your money, where to spend it, when to spend it.
Okay. Sir, you mentioned that mostly investor visa application fails. So what are the...
Investor visa applications don't fail when you have the right legal services with you.
The most common reasons?
The common reason when people fail is if you go for direct investment.
Okay.
If you're going to go for direct investment, example, you never ran a restaurant in your life. And you're coming to America now, and you're starting a restaurant over there. You're not a chef. You're not a restaurant manager. You don't know anything about the industry. You're going to fail. You cannot run the show. But if you are highly experienced in your field, then I'm sure the sky is the limit for you in America. You can grow a lot, you can make a lot of money, and you can become very wealthy.
Okay. So how important is long-term planning? Like compared to investment size when it comes to investor visa, what would you say?
First thing is, speak to your accountant. And we have an office over here in Cyber City. And we've been helping a lot of people with that. So what you need to do here, the very first thing is plan.
Okay.
And when you plan, make sure that you have $800,000 ready. And your accountant will tell you that we can transfer these funds abroad. Now, some people, what they do, they're taking loans on their houses. They're selling 1 or 2 of their properties and giving it to their children. And the good news is, under income tax laws, one person is allowed to take $250,000. So if you have a family of 4, you have $1 million directly.
Okay.
Or if you have anything less, you can also take a gift from your relatives and make it up.
So if there is one key takeaway from immigration for everyone, so what should investors remember before taking the first step?
First step is, if you are smart, go for direct, don't just go for a direct green card process, because it's not worth the hassle of investing money. We can work with the regional center program and go for rural area investments. That's what I've been helping a lot of people over here from, and get your green card. And if there's any gift, if you want to give it to your children who are suffering in America on an H-1B program or under the student visa program, the best thing to do is to give them their share of their property now, let them get the money, and let them try to get the green card in approximately 1 year.
So finally, many people are suffering, because of sudden decisions of Trump, worrying. So much of worrying is there regarding visas, immigration, jobs. So what would you say?
Number one, right now I tell people, even if you're an H1B, don't come to India.
Okay.
Only if your stamping is good and if you have all the pay stubs, then travel to India. But if you're coming to India for stamping right now, you are going to be stuck for approximately 1 year. That's what I'm telling people. Even if you're an H1B in America, if you have wealth in America, if you're highly paid, get it out by getting the investor's visa program.
Okay. So, is there any major worries about these issues? As a lawyer, what would you say?
There are issues.
Okay.
Because the administration currently is very, very restrictive about immigration. They are putting a lot of challenges in front of lawyers. And I think be in status, do not violate your status. If you are in the US, try not to come back. And I want parents, brothers, sisters over here to understand, if possible, do not force your son, your brother, or your sister to come to India. And if you can manage the pain, better be here. Because if he comes over here and if he has to go for the stamping, they are trying to find a needle from a haystack, which means they're going to look at every little thing to see that if everything is perfect or not. Because if something is not perfect, then they will ask you to stay here and things can really, really get very messy.
Sir, as an immigration lawyer, what would you say? How much the time it would take to settle the things?
For H1Bs?
Yeah.
Around 1 year now. So when you're coming back, the stamping used to take 1 month. Now it's backlogged because there's a new rule now from the current administration. Immigration officers have to look at your social media. This was not the case before Rihanna. So now they have to look at your social media, and if they find that you have done something wrong, and they're going to deny you the visa. So investor's visa is the best way to get your green card. Stop the worries. Even if your child is on a student visa, if you're in America on a student visa, if you're in an H1B, or even if you're in India, and if you want to come to America, the golden way is invest $800,000, get your green card, come in like a Maharaja rather than undergoing all the struggle in your life. Better to be a Maharaja rather than taking all the struggles of life.
Okay. So finally, what was the best advice to the students who are planning to study in US, or anyone who wants to settle in US? Or
all right. Rule number one. Things are difficult in America. It's not like before that, it's not going to be a walk in the park for you. And if you're in sciences, I think it's excellent. Still, it's good. If you're going for a PhD, it is excellent.
okay.
And if you get a scholarship, it is worth it. If you're getting a fellowship, it is excellent. If not, you're going to really have a lot of struggle in America. Life is not as easy as people make it out to be. People think you go to America, there's so much money. It's not that easy anymore. Things have changed. So only, I think, if you feel that you're Mr. Brilliant, and if you're from the science faculty, and if you're from the medical faculty, and that too, if you pass your USMLE, and if you're absolutely brilliant, then aim for the US. But other than that, take a pause, which means wait right now, because the next administration may have better laws coming in. Sometimes it's better to be patient, because there's a very good saying in English, haste makes waste. Slow and steady wins the race.
Thank you so much, sir.
It's been an honor and a pleasure meeting you, Rihanna. And thank you very much for the tradition of excellence that you are carrying on with Zee. Do the great work.
Thank you.
Get the best news to the public.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. సో చూసారు కదండి, మీకు ఎటువంటి డౌట్ ఉన్నా ఇమిగ్రేషన్ రిలేటెడ్ H1B వీసాస్ కానీ స్టూడెంట్ వీసాస్ కానీ ఎనీథింగ్, జస్ట్ కాంటాక్ట్ చేయండి నరేష్ గేహి గారిని. 8976772901 మొబైల్ నెంబర్. డైరెక్ట్గా మీకు ఏం డౌట్ ఉన్నా దీనికి కాల్ చేయొచ్చు. అలాగే హైదరాబాద్లోని హైటెక్ సిటీలో వీళ్ళ ఆఫీస్ ఉంది. గేహిలో india.com వెబ్సైట్కి వెళ్తే మీకు అన్ని విషయాలు డీటెయిల్డ్గా ఉంటాయి. ఇప్పుడు ఎంత అనిశ్చితి ఉందో మనం చూస్తున్నాం కదా. డొనాల్డ్ ట్రంప్ డెసిషన్స్ ఎప్పుడు ఎలా ఉంటున్నాయో తెలియట్లేదు. సో పేరెంట్స్ కూడా చాలా వర్రీడ్ ఉన్నారు. అక్కడ పిల్లలు ఎలా ఉంటున్నారు, అక్కడి నుంచి రావడం, అన్ని చాలా చాలా ఇబ్బందులు ఉన్నాయి. సో వీటి ఎటువంటి డౌట్ ఉన్నా కూడా హ్యాపీగా ఈ వెబ్సైట్ని మీరు సంప్రదించవచ్చు. అలాగే నరేష్ గేహి గారితో డైరెక్ట్గా మాట్లాడచ్చు. ఈయన అమెరికన్ ఇమిగ్రేషన్ లాయర్. ఇది స్పెషల్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ స్టేట్ ఇంటూ జీ తెలుగు న్యూస్.